Good morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here today on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today I'm excited about our guest, Mr. Bailey Wingate of Wingate Law Firm. Welcome, Bailey.
Thanks, Pastor Sharp. Appreciate you having me.
Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in our community.
Yeah, I grew up in the Hampshire-Finette area and went to high school out there. I've always been involved in the county. After graduating high school, I went to Lamar, Port Arthur, got an associate's degree, and moved on and got my bachelor's in political science here at Lamar University. Decided after a couple of years to go to law school. Had some good mentors that pushed me towards that, and went to Thurgood Marshall at Texas Southern there in Houston. And after graduating from law school, I came back here to our community. It's where I've always wanted to be in Jefferson County, and I've spent the last few years making my position as attorney to try to improve things for the citizens here in Jefferson County.
Wow, now it's very interesting that you say that you did not start off at the four-year university. You went to Lamar State College in Port Arthur, and many people discount, the opportunity to go there as a starting point.
Yes, sir. Well, I think that that's something that a lot of people in our area, younger people, should take a look at, because you can get your basics out of the way. I think a lot of times people maybe bite off a little bit too much coming out of high school, and it's a good way to prepare themselves, and that's a great university down there. I don't know if it gets as much attention because it's overshadowed by Lamar's main campus, but I think it's a great way for somebody to get some experience and get maybe a 2-year degree like I did, and then you can always transfer those to Lamar or another university and be able to go from there. So
and that's good for our young people to hear that. Hey, listen, if you're not prepared for the 4-year university, start local and then move up.
Yes.
and beyond where you are now.
Yes, sir. No, like I said, it's a good stepping stone for some people, but it's also there's lots of jobs we have in the area that people that work at these plants in different capacities. It's a good way to get some education and move on into a fulfilling career there, which again helps our county and our area.
So now after you graduated from Lamar State College in Port Arthur and Lamar University here in Beaumont,
yes,
then you went on to the law school at Thurgood Marshall in Houston.
Yes, sir. I enjoyed those spirits as much as you could. Law school, it was tough but rewarding. We don't have a law school here locally in Jefferson County, so Houston. But I had several other, people that were involved in the legal field. Several judges, friends of mine, Judge Donald Floyd and Judge Clint Woods, both went to Thurgood Marshall School of Law, and so I knew it had a good track record. And I went there, got my graduation done, and passed the bar, and I decided to come back here because I had opportunities. I could have maybe stayed in Houston or gone to Dallas or several other places, but Jefferson County to me has always been home. My family's been here for 7 generations, and my family and I have always strived to try to see what we could do to improve the quality of life for the citizens of Jefferson County. Now, of course, Beaumont's our biggest city, and it gets a lot of attention, and rightfully so. But the county stretches far and wide. I mentioned Port Arthur earlier, and Mid-County, all the way out to China and Nome, things like that. So I've tried to employ my position as an attorney to try to help people out in several different fields. I've done a lot of pro bono work, done some stuff. Brent Kuhn and I filed a lawsuit against the appraisal district about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. There were some things that we felt needed to be brought to light on how people's appraisals were being done. Fortunately, there was only so much we could do from a legal standpoint to move it forward, but I would like to say that Representative Dade Phelan has taken measures to make some changes legislatively. The legislative process is on right now. I think you're going to see some improvements with that, but we just wanted to bring cause and concern to the citizens of Jefferson County on certain things, and that's what I plan to continue to do is try to improve people's personal lives, but along with certain departments that maybe people don't necessarily know all the problems
Right.
with.
Well, I got my appraisal form the other day, and I looked at it. I'm like, wow, this thing has increased a whole bunch.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize, one of the things going back to try to improve the county is that, in the last 35 years, the county's only improved, well, I say improved, has only grown about 6,000 people to around 254,000 that we have. And, the plants get kind of a special deal. They go out and do a thing with that, and I think a lot of people have an issue with that. Meanwhile, their houses are going up, but the growth rate in the county is not necessarily going up. And that's a background point that I have as well, my family being involved in the real estate business. I took all the real estate certifications for the TREC, the Texas Real Estate Commission, and then when you become a lawyer, you're automatically a licensed real estate agent. But, we've developed property and tried to put, fair amounts on those so that people can start, a lot of young couples, people that want to set their roots or stay in the community, and hopefully get some growth that will happen with the county, and that will improve, hopefully bringing in tax revenue, and like you said, maybe be fair for everybody to have an appraisal that we're not trying to get a little more money out of each person. So.
Now you had the opportunity to go away and stay away.
Yes, sir.
But your heart is here in this county, in this
Absolutely.
area. And now you brought your law firm back. Tell us some of the things that you do at your law firm.
Well, like I mentioned, I do a lot of real estate, transactional business, different things like that, help people put together, paperwork. There's a lot of people doing a couple things right now for some owner financing. Unfortunately, like we were talking about, some people are not in the position to be able to just go and buy their dream home. And so you have a lot of owner financing, things of those nature. I've been digging up title at the county clerk's office since I was a teenager, before we had, all the internet type of stuff, did it the old way. Done that, and I've done a little bit of criminal work in the misdemeanor courts. And then, like I said, we did that appraisal district case. There's some other civil action. I do some personal injury stuff too. There's been, typically, as always, you're going to have some people involved in wrecks, and they're not always treated the best by some of the insurance companies. So you try to get what you can to make their life more comfortable and better after something like that. So
now, recently you made an announcement about your future.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's actually, something that was brought up to me a couple months ago, and people approached me, and I did my due diligence and sat down with a lot of elected officials and people in the area, because I did not want to jump out and be one of those things where Bailey decided to do it, but it's not for the best. But I announced recently that I'm going to be running in the November 2018 election for county clerk here.
So what made you decide to do that?
Well, I had been hearing for a long time that there were some issues with the leadership in the county clerk's department, and there's been some issues with the elections. That department handles the elections. That department also handles all the real estate deed recordings, probate, wills that are handed out there. It's a important department, and I just don't think that it's been handled very well over the last decade with the incumbent that we have now. So I want to take my past experience, my passion for this county, and do everything I can to improve that department for the citizens here in Jefferson County.
Well, now that is going to take a lot of work on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
So are you ready to put in that time?
Absolutely. I plan on it being a regular 40-hour job for me for the next year and a half to campaign, in addition to my law practice. And, I'm going to do everything I can. Hopefully I can get in there and, earn the trust of the citizens and be able to improve that for them. Because at the end of the day, it's not Bailey Wingate's office. It's the people in the county's office. And I want to see it, as everything else in the county, be the best that it can be.
Well, listen, I want to thank Bailey Wingate for coming today to share with us on what's happening in our neighborhood. And listen, let me encourage you to get involved in community activities also. Now, listen, thank you again for joining us for what's happening in your neighborhood, and we'll see you next time on our broadcast.